Hello and welcome to Time Searchers. I'm your host, Roger Blissman. I'm out here today on a site that has had varied activity over the years. It's a site that originally, during the American Civil War, was the upper boundary area of a Civil War cannon testing ground. Most of the shots from my research were probably lower than where we are now. We're at the top of the hill. As you can see, we're on a very steep hillside. Bill couldn't make it today. This is kind of an impromptu trip that I put together. I know Bill was working this weekend, and before the foliage really gets heavy, I thought I'd take a trip out here, as I've done in a few years, over the years, not lately. I haven't been down here probably in 10 years, but I thought I'd give it a shot today since we've had a very rough winter. I figured now that spring has arrived that there's going to be a lot of foliage in here, and I thought I better give it a shot while I can still get down here. Other activity on this site, we had coal mining operations, which on the other side of the hill there was an actual it was like a big slide where the mined coal that came from the mines on the top of this hill, they put it in this big slide, and it would go all the way down to the rail yard, which is below us, and it'd be loaded onto ore cars and shipped to Pittsburgh for steel making. That operation continued up through about 1918, the end of World War I, and then pretty much the coal mining ceased here except for some surface mining that occurred in the 1960s and 70s. But we're here on this site. It's pretty close to where I live, and I thought I'd give it a shot. It's not as dramatic as, say, a Civil War battleground like me and Bill have hunted in the past, but every area, no matter where you live, there's a history there. And if nothing else, I'm hoping that maybe I'll get lucky and I'll find a few coal tags, which are these little brass discs. They have numbers. They were either used to identify the miners or the tolls that they signed out at the mines. And if you really get lucky on the coal tags, you'll find ones that actually have the name of the company stamped on them, similar to what you'd see in the old Molly Maguire movie starring Sean Connery. It's a varied history here in western Pennsylvania, from the French and Indian War, Civil War, a little bit on the industrial end of it, up through the Industrial Revolution. And as you can hear in the background, you hear a train. We're near a rail yard. Let me show you kind of an idea of the topography. We're down here, as you can see, and you can see we got to step on the hill because down there is railroad property, and we don't want to be down there and end up going to jail. So we're going to step on the hill. Most of the heavy shells, they were naval guns they tested here during the Civil War. Most of those were probably shot into the base of the hill. And over the years, I've hunted the upper end. I've actually found some couple mini balls. Actually, there was a camp that was, I think, on the other side of the rail yard, but they did a little shooting. Not much. You're not going to find very much. I've always wanted, it's sort of like Moby Dick and Ahab and the Moby Dick. I've always wanted to find a cannonball off this hill, but I've never been able to do it. Although I've heard talk when they did some excavation below that they actually did find a parrot shell. But from what I understand, most of it was very heavy naval guns that were forged and tested actually on this site. They weren't made here, but they were railroaded out here because this was a pretty rural end of the rail line at that time, and they would test them. But anyway, let's get cracking. We're gonna have to get going here. Okay, here I am. I got my first signal. It was a nice solid hit. Dug it down about 3 inches. Found this. It's some kind of a screw-on piece. Probably off a pipe or something. Yeah, I would think so, the way it looks. Looks like a cork lining in there, which It shows that's an older piece, probably from the coal mining days here on the site. But I'll put it in the find pouch and we'll check it out later. Well, that had the makings of a good find. I looked down after I dug out some more and I found what at first looked like either a World War I or World War II U.S. canteen, but it's stamped Taiwan, so we're not lucky on that. But for a second there, I thought, hey, you know, it may not be worth a lot, but hey, it's nice to find at least some kind of military relic. But we're gonna have to keep going. I mean, this particular spot, you can hear a train going by as I'm speaking. This particular spot has everything, including, as you can see up there, we can get the camera's all the way out, including what looks like a kitchen sink. So I might detect around here a little bit more and then switch to another area that's going to have less concentration of this modern trash, and maybe I'm thinking there's some slag that was dumped in here too. So I'll keep you posted. Well, not the kitchen sink, turned out it's the bathroom sink, but I'm going to move my base camp over toward where the road construction was, hoping maybe something was unearthed by that. They had to work on a hillside to shore the road up. So I'm going to head over working my way over, but I run into a difficulty. Look at this. This is a drain out from the top of the hill. This thing is huge. Just huge. It's going to be a climb. But I do want to get over there. I want to check out that area. That's my goal. So I think I'm probably, unless I want to climb all the way to the top of the hill, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and do the climbing. And you know what? That's the thing. When you're a time searcher, sometimes you just got to bite that bullet and carry on. So, all right. I'll see you on the other side. Well, we made it. We made it. We made it onto the other side. Although I don't think you had as hard a time as I did getting over here, but that thing runs all the way down the hill, that ravine. It's the way the hill's washing out. So we're going to continue on toward the construction area. We're going to set up base camp here. Scan this side of the hill, see if anything turns up. Keep you posted. Okay, here we are. I found a zinc lid. No big deal on that. Still shows there's activity in here, and I'm not aware of any homesteads being exactly right in this area, except maybe a quarter of a mile on the other side of the hill. But this spot's worth investigating, so we'll keep at it. Okay, this is a follow-up to the video I did over the weekend. I went through the film video clips, and I noticed the one clip of when I dug these binoculars up did not come out. I only had the thing when I did my roundup. I'm there holding them. These were dug up on that trip. And they're in two pieces. They were together when I found them. They're a set of binoculars, spy glasses, if you would. They're not military issue. These were produced for the civilian market, although I think they might have been private purchases for soldiers. These date back. Oh, here. I didn't notice that until now. These are made in France. A lot of telescopes and binoculars in the late 1800s, early 1900s were made in France. And these probably date back, by looking at them, probably from the 1880s up through the early 1920s. Not worth a whole lot, but a great find. I was really excited when I found these, and in my excitement I forgot to hit the button to to hit record on the camera, so that's why I didn't get the clip out in the field. But this was my best find on that day. So just an update. Okay, we got a nice hit here. Pinpoint. Nice small target. Well, it's like I said, you got to dig them all. This unfortunately looks like it was some kind of a salt shaker of some type. Looks like a aluminum or probably aluminum lid on there. So false alarm, but hey, you have to check it all. Okay, I got some more massive amounts of hits in this area. All in this area here. Even coin checking. We might actually have a trash pit here. Not of the Civil War vintage probably, but probably something maybe from the 1880s up through the 20s. But I don't know if there'll be time enough to even, do any type of digging on that, because it could be done. It could be wading through a lot of trash. This might be a future project that I'll have to mark the area. Okay, this was a deeper find. I haven't dug it completely out, but as you can see here, we have what looks like a brass prong. So I'm going to finish this out. Oh, here we go. It's coming up. What do we got here? Oh, okay. It's one of those big industrial bolts. That's iron. But, you never know. It could have been a bayonet. I wish it was, but that one had me excited. I thought I might have had something good there. I'll say one thing. These old machines we have, they really can detect the deep iron objects. I guess that's why Bill loves them so much. But we're going to keep going. Okay, hey, this is really a nice sounding signal. Listen, now coin check. Look, pinpoint. Nice little tight little target. So we're going to dig that up. I think it's not as tight as we thought. Foil. Okay, here I am. Thought I'd do a little exploratory reconnaissance along this gas line, along this road. This road dates back to its inception in 1929. And before that, there was actually an earlier road that ran down below in colonial times. But sometimes you find old bottles. I used to find a lot of bottles as a kid along here. Most of them dated from the 20s and through the 1950s. Here's another nice sounding target. Small target. Okay, got my target out. I don't know what it is. Looks like it's brass. Probably from the coal mining days, although I'll show this to Bill and see what he thinks. But it is, that looks like a man-made hole in the middle. It wasn't rotted out. Fold it over. Well, put it with the rest of the finds. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm kind of askew because I'm on a very steep part of the hill. But this was a very short hunt for me, maybe an hour and a half. Didn't find a whole lot, but I did have some fun. I wanted to get out, and I found a couple interesting items. I did find these binocular piece of the binoculars. I found the canteen, I found the industrial part and the fitting, which I'm not sure what that is. That could be industrial, it could be something with ordnance. I don't know, but it's getting to a point now. I came here middle of the afternoon. It's kind of drawn to the end of the afternoon, and I gotta get some things done, and I gotta get hustling. But it was great to get out here. It was good to take you out here with me. Remember this, unlike the fakers on TV, we try to bring you the reality of what it is to relic hunt, coin shoot, different aspects of metal detecting, and that's always been the way our show's operated. And even though you may not find a whole lot in value, you certainly learn the history, and you get to hold the pieces of that history. And really, that's what it's all about. And until next time, I'll be seeing you somewhere in time.